What is happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Champions League show. It's the Uefa Champions League round of 16. We're finally, on the week of some good classic European football, hopefully. Some good games, some interesting fixtures. But we'll get into that. Some repeats as well. I'm not going to lie to you. Some fixtures that have been repetitive for years and years and years, and I'm sure you know what fixture I'm talking about, but we're going to discuss that in due time. Also, later on in the show, we're going to discuss the FA Cup draw. Just a quick heads up on that, just to quickly recap the
Yep.
scores.
The draw will be in approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes.
That's no problem. We'll get to that. But Josh is back. Make sure you guys subscribe to Josh's channel at Pain in the Arsenal. I'll put the link in the description of the video. But up to you, my guy.
AN Sports is always the priority, people. AN
Nah.
Sports will always be the priority here. Come on.
My guests are the priority. Yep, Josh, subscribe to him. Let's get him to 100 subscribers by the end of this by summer. Let's get you to 100 by summer, bro. At best, 100 by summer. We gotta get you there very, very soon, bro. 100 subscribers. We'll celebrate every milestone as we go, as always. But also on here, we're 46 subs now to 600. Come on, guys. 46 subs to 600. If you guys can subscribe, that'd be great. And we're trying to get to 1K before the World Cup. As I said, expect some World Cup content. Expect some, World Cup talk on the channel. So see you guys very soon on that one. But as for now, on here, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss a live or you don't miss the videos of people, so you don't miss an upload or anything. But yeah, Josh, let's continue, man. Some interesting Champions League fixtures, man. How are you feeling with the Champions League so far? How are you feeling with the fixtures, man?
Well, I think there are some very interesting games coming up. Obviously, Real Madrid versus Man City, although this has been played, or should I say replayed, countless times over and over. At the end of the day, they are still two quality sides, despite Real Madrid's injury issues. So I'm expecting a good game there. Chelsea versus PSG. I have a sneaky suspicion about that one. Obviously, I won't talk about it yet, but I think that's going to be a good game as well. I think Galatasaray can cause Liverpool problems, but I think we all expect Liverpool to eventually go through there. I think Barcelona Newcastle, the first leg at St James's Park will be interesting. We got a little precursor on the first game week. Newcastle United lost 2-1 with a Rashford double. The second goal was absolutely world class and one of the best in the competition. And obviously, my club Arsenal coming up against Bayer Leverkusen. Many people tipping us to be straight into the quarterfinals, but I don't think it's going to be that easy whatsoever, particularly as the first leg is in Germany, the early kickoff. Yes, Bayer Leverkusen aren't the title-winning team of 23-24, but they're still a quality side. They've still got quality players, and we have to be 100% in both games in order to book a quarterfinal slot. So overall, I'm looking forward to it. It should be exciting from here on in. Even the playoffs provided entertainment, and I don't think the knockout stages proper will be any different.
Nah, man, I wholeheartedly agree. It's a lot to unpack, a lot to discuss because, like you said, some drama, some interesting games, some interesting score lines, some shocks as well. We've seen some shocks in the Champions League, especially Inter getting knocked out in the playoffs to Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt have had a bit of a good run in Europe as of late. They're on the rise as a football club. They were not many years ago. They were only in the second division of Norway, and now they're competing for league titles straight off the bat. Straight away, they compete for league titles. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the big games: Madrid, Man City. City. Sorry. Real Madrid. We're talking about Arsenal, Bayer Leverkusen. We're talking about Chelsea, PSG. Lots of interesting
That's the
fixtures.
one I'm looking forward to most. Chelsea, PSG.
I'm interested to see how Barcelona will do at Newcastle as well, because under the lights.
Listen, like I said, I think St James's Park will be the better game. Better atmosphere. Hopefully, Newcastle can repeat what they did in 1997 and get a win over the Catalan Giants, I should say.
We nearly saw West Ham versus Barcelona in the Europa League a few years ago. Clock that. We nearly saw West Ham versus Barcelona in Europe a few years ago.
We should have done, man. We should have done.
that should have been the case, but Eintracht Frankfurt won, you know, and they bought the whole Barcelona section, you know what I mean? But we'll talk about the main fixtures first and foremost. I think, where do you want to start? I mean, this is what's the
I
biggest
feel
game?
it has to be Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Although you could go back to our videos on the Champions League playoffs last year and just replay it all over again. I think there are some interesting things to talk about regarding that, though, because Akvin, I think you'll know more than anyone. Real Madrid have a lot of injuries going into this game. I think Mbappe's unfit, Rodrigo's done his ACL, so Brazil might have to start Martinelli at the World Cup, which will be hilarious to watch. But
Have you
they've got
seen
Militao, I think.
Neymar being selected as well today for the provisional squad for Brazil in the friendlies?
What, in big 2026? Fucking hell.
I mean, would you rather play Neymar or Martinelli at the World Cup? I'm sure you'd rather play Neymar, wouldn't you?
I don't know, Neymar in 2026. But I guess you err on the side of not even experience for raw quality there. So I guess you would go with Neymar, but at the end of the day, I think Brazil are in quite a bad spot in terms of producing players at this moment in time. Speaking of Real Madrid, though, I think Militao is out. Other players as well. I think their Argentinian fullback is out, or Uruguayan, whatever is. I don't know, man. Whatever his name is. They've got a hell of a lot of injuries leading into this game. And I think Manchester City might do them over 2 legs. Obviously, we'll get into that later. But it's the first leg at the Bernabeu, I believe it is.
Let me have
Obviously, because Real Madrid went through the playoffs, I do believe they're at the Bernabeu.
Let me have a look.
Manchester City have already won at the Bernabeu this season.
Yes,
if you remember correctly. Yeah, Manchester City have already won at the Bernabeu this season, and there's no reason why they can't do it again. They picked up a great victory over Newcastle in the FA Cup. It was wonderful football they played, particularly in that second half. After about half an hour, Newcastle rolled over for them. And Marmoush haunted them yet again. I believe that's 7 goals in 5 games against the Magpies, or something crazy like that. He certainly found his favourite opponent in England. Will he start for Manchester City up against Real Madrid? I doubt it, unless Erling Haaland isn't deemed fit enough to start. Rodri hasn't been banned for any games, European or domestic, for his comments on the referees. He got slapped with an 80k fine instead. So he'll be fit and ready and available again. Up against Vinicius, the guy who, in my opinion, robbed for... Thank you, Monkey D. Luffy. In my opinion, robbed the Ballon d'Or of Finney in 2024. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Rodri should have won it in 2023. Obviously, he won the treble with City, scored the winning goal in the Champions League final. What else? Won the Nations League with Spain. Compared to 2024, yes, he won the league and the FA Cup, but he got knocked out by Vinny Jr.'s team in the quarterfinals. Won the Euros, but he was hooked at half time. Right, okay, he might have been injured, but it was 0-0 when he came off. And lost a midfield battle against Kobbie Mainoo in the FA Cup final, so I don't understand it whatsoever. Having said that, Vinny will be out for revenge. He'll be looking to continue his brilliant knockout stage form for Real Madrid. It's got all the ingredients to be a good game, but yet again, I feel as a consumer, we can't help but feel a bit bored because we've seen this tie how many times over the last 5-6 years? 5-6 years. You know what I mean? And my thinking is Manchester City have won at the Bernabeu before, but that was during the league phase where there's not a lot riding, let's be honest. We all knew that Manchester City and Real Madrid were going to qualify, whether through the top 8 or the playoffs. So this will have a lot more meaning to it, and therefore I think Real Madrid will rise to the occasion, as they always do. As they always do in Europe, it is their heritage. I believe when the European Cup first started as a competition, Real Madrid won the first 5. So that shows you how much heritage they have in this competition. Manchester City only have 1 Champions League title compared to Real Madrid's 15. So heritage is on their side. But I believe Manchester City are currently in better shape, in better form. And hopefully it will be a good game. And hopefully Manchester City will put up more of a fight than they did in the playoffs last season.
Yeah, Alvaro Fernandez muscle injury, that's not good then. Then they're against Ferland Mendy there. And I think Ferland Mendy had some good games when he's played it this season, or just in general, he's played well. I mean, him and Vinny link up quite well as well on the left hand side. So if you could play Vinny on the left hand side next to Ferland Mendy, I think that would be good for them. And if Vinny gets the yellow card, he misses the next game. So he better not, he better not go to the referee and try and argue or do some.
Yeah. I think Archie Gula has a big role to play in this tie as well.
He does. I mean,
I think he needs to step up. Oh, speaking of Real Madrid, didn't they beat Celta Vigo in the 94th minute, Valverde goal? I think Real Madrid's kind of got away with one there, as is the one typically with their league form this season. But at the end of the day, that's what Real Madrid do best. They keep winning.
Which game? Are you talking about the Celta Vigo game that just won this weekend?
I think it's the Celta Vigo game. I believe that is their last game before they come into this Champions League game.
What happened in that?
Valverde, 94th minute winner.
Oh,
I thought you would have known.
Yeah,
so both teams come off the back of wins here. Manchester City, to be fair to them, had a demoralising result in the Premier League title race in the form of a 2-2 draw against Nottingham Forest. So they're not going to be completely high on confidence, but I do believe they're in better match sharpness, I should say. I believe with Pep Guardiola up against Arbeloa, you've got to fancy Pep on this occasion. And overall, while I think Real Madrid will step up to the occasion, a second leg at the Etihad might be too much for them. But it's Real Madrid. You can never write them off.
No,
and if there's any team that can beat Pep Guardiola in Europe, it's Real Madrid. So, well, alongside Lyon and Spurs and all that, but Real Madrid most of the time. So there you are.
No, Jude.
Yeah, like I said, Monkey Luffy, they've got a hell of a lot of injuries coming into this.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham being out is gonna dampen a lot of what.
Hopefully, he's fit for the World Cup.
And Mbappe, I mean, yeah, Mbappe has a bit of an injury, doesn't he? He's not going to be able to play for a little while.
Didn't he play while injured to break a record set by CR7?
And he didn't get it.
Yeah.
He
did it in more appearances than Ronaldo did. No, he's missed a lot of high profile games for Real Madrid.
He didn't reach it, I think. I don't remember. He equaled it. I don't think he broke it.
I think he equals it, but he played more games than CR7 did.
Yeah.
And Mbappe, he tends to miss the bigger games, which is quite strange. I don't know if he's protecting himself for the World Cup with France, but I believe his priorities are misplaced. No one's bigger than the club, especially at Real Madrid. I don't think you should pick and choose when to play. And I understand that playing for your country in the biggest tournament in football is the highest honour, the highest privilege as a football player. However, Real Madrid are the most successful club on the planet. They're paying you a fuck ton of wages. They've put a lot of time into you. Real Madrid have got worse since your arrival. It's up to you to turn it around. And so far, he hasn't done that. So I think he needs to step up more than anyone.
Regardless if he's been poor in the last few games, this is still an important game for him. This is the game he needs to turn around.
Now, that's the same Monkey. That's why I said he needs to step up. I don't think he's set for worlds of light at all recently. But like I say, under the lights, Real Madrid turn up. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gula turns up as well.
No, I agree. Celta Vigo, where it's never easy. Yeah, I know Real Madrid in the past few years. Celta Vigo, they would have won the treble had they got past Celta Vigo, because I don't know who they would have played in the final of the Copa del Rey that year. Was it Barcelona that they would have played?
Probably, yeah.
Would it have been Barcelona in 2016-17 season? Because if they had got past Celta Vigo in the semi-finals, Real Madrid would have had a chance at a treble that season, and that would have been Ronaldo's treble in the bag, done. But I don't know. I remember. I think Barcelona was it. I think Barca won the Copa del Rey in 2016-17, but Real Madrid won the league and the Champions. They won the double. Real Madrid were bailed out by Courtois. Same old story. I mean, Courtois is one of the best goalkeepers in the world for a reason. I mean, I think he is
the best goalkeeper in the world, personally.
Possibly, yeah. Him and Donnarumma are for me one of the best two goalkeepers in the world right now. And then
don't forget Raya.
I mean,
Raya's a good keeper, but he doesn't hold a candle to them two. I've got to be honest.
He's not better than Courtois. No way.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I never said that. Yeah, Courtois is a a legendary keeper. It's no surprise that once he came back on loan from Chelsea, they ended up winning the league in Mourinho's second season back. It's no surprise that Atletico Madrid knocked out Chelsea in the semi-finals in 2014 with on-loan Chelsea keeper Thibaut Courtois in net. The guy's been world-class for some time, and I mean, in a few years' time, 10, 15 years' time, we'll be reminiscing about him in the same light that people now talk about Buffon, in my opinion, and with all the credit. I think the 2022 Champions League final performances, and 2024, to be fair, cemented his legacy as one of the best, particularly in recent history.
Courtois was, was on fire in those two, especially in that final versus Liverpool. Man, that was one of the best goalkeeping performances in a Champions League final.
2024 wasn't bad either. I think he saved about 3 1-on-1s. But I think if Real Madrid are to go through, Thibaut Courtois is going to have to be on the top of this game, and he always is. So, I mean, I even remember in City's treble-winning season, they beat Real Madrid 4-0 at the Etihad. It should have been about 8 or 9 without Courtois' fantastic performance. So it just shows. It goes to show what a fantastic goalie he is.
They were missing Benzema that game, to be fair, with Madrid, and they were missing a few others
as
well. Yeah, that game. So to be fair with you, I mean, I'm not going to discredit Man City for winning that game. They smoked Real Madrid, and rightly so. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Without Courtois, it would have reached double figures, particularly in that first half.
Easily. It's the medical team's fault. They told him.
Monkey, weren't they saying something about the Bernabeu pitch causing all these ACL injuries at Real Madrid? Don't you think it's that?
I remember.
I mean, they're saying the same about Tottenham Stadium at the minute because they've gone through an injury crisis in the last 2 years.
Let's say it. Sorry, finish your point first. Finish your point first.
No. There was no point to be made. I was just saying. I think a lot of people are blaming the Bernabeu pitch for the amount of ACL injuries that Real Madrid get. Tottenham fans are doing the same thing with their stadium because they've had horrendous amounts of injuries over the last 2 years as well.
Reverse the reference to World Cup final. Oh yeah, retractable pitches. Yes. Tottenham and Madrid retractable pitches. Yes, them two.
Two biggest clubs on white.
Do you remember Tottenham hosted NFL shows? NFL games. Madrid hosted NFL games. Retractable pitches. They could literally change the pitches. Yeah, we did. You and I spoke about this on the phone yesterday. Yes. We did. And that's why a lot of footballers are complaining about it. But I want to go back to something. I remember all those years ago, right? United played Liverpool at Old Trafford. The game ended 0-0, right? It was Klopp's Champions League winning season, 18-19. They came to Old Trafford when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was interim manager. United outplayed Liverpool. Lingard had a one-on-one with Alisson, and he went around the keeper and he got injured. In that game, United had to make 3 first-half substitutions because there was. You can call me. It sounds funny, but it's true. There was a lot of garlic on the pitch. It's not the same garlic as obviously the one you eat. It's a different type of garlic. It's the garlic on the pitch. Get it? A lot of United players were getting injured in that game because of the pitch. The pitch was watered fine and everything. It was just the garlic that was on the pitch. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We had to make 3 substitutions in the first half. Liverpool also had to make a couple substitutions in the first half. I think Firmino also got injured that game, if I'm not mistaken. I think
that was a fucking awful game of football. That was.
Lingard got injured as well. I think a couple others got injured as well. So this is what I mean. Like sometimes it's the pitch, Sometimes it's either the garlic on the pitch as well. Like it might have played a huge factor on that one. But this one is retractable pitches, and this one was because of that, too much. Like retractable pitches are just not good for the modern day game. I just don't know why they're doing the retractable pitches, man. It just ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work, man. There were some rubber in the Super Cup final. Please don't believe what you read on Twitter. These narratives and agenda. The about Mbappe is from Vinny fans who kind of said Mbappe is the main man, maybe.
Yeah, but surely Vinny is the main man at Real Madrid.
Vinny.
I mean, he turns up in all the big moments for them.
He's the more experienced guy at Real Madrid, probably.
I mean, how many Champions League finals has Mbappe scored for winning? You know,
not played in it. He's never played in the Champions League. Oh, he has once. My bad.
Exactly.
He played in one, but he didn't do
it. But I see the notion that Vinny has more leeway than Mbappe has. Because before Mbappe came in, Real Madrid won the La Liga and the Champions League. They now look like a worse team since they've brought Mbappe in.
I don't think.
So I don't think saving your fitness for the World Cup is really the right way to go about things. I think Real Madrid has to be his priority now.
I don't think it's Mbappe's fault, though. To be fair, I think it's more to do with the fact that they didn't replace Toni Kroos, Luka Modric. They didn't go and sign fullbacks when they needed fullbacks.
Yeah, that is a deciding factor, to be fair. But
Mbappe's got.
Listen, it's like the Galacticos. You know, they sign all these world-class names, and Real Madrid end up underperforming because football isn't played on paper; it's played on the pitch. And having the best players doesn't make it the best team. I mean, PSG has a Messi, Mbappe, Neymar front three, and didn't get close to the Champions League. I don't think they made it past the quarters. So, I mean, it just goes to show how signing the best players doesn't necessarily make the best team. And to be fair, Monkey, I thought Belgium were quite unlucky in 2018, especially meeting France in the semi-finals. If they rotated heavily and lost to England, they would have had the easy route, and they would have certainly faced France in the final instead, with a good chance of winning that. But unfortunately, they didn't.
Oops, sorry about that. Like I said,
you're not going to sleep, are you?
No. There was a fly in my in my eye, man. Sorry about that.
Fair enough.
Even though Benzema they're not winning the game, I think it'll be more competitive for sure. Sorry, they played Lingard. It was a fit dumb move. Yeah, maybe it was. 7-1 off like Fellaini. Yeah. Water football pitches are hybrid grounds, not real grass.
I'll tell you what was real grass, the Mansfield Arsenal game. Christ above, we could barely string 5 passes together. Christ above.
How did you guys struggle? Oh, we're gonna get to that. We need to.
Yeah, of course. This is Champions League.
We need to talk about how Mansfield outplayed you, yet still lost to 2 wonder goals. You know, fair play. Those are
quadruples written in the stars, Ackman. There's nothing you can do about it. Nah, I'm sure. Obviously, it isn't. But
it is. It's hard to deny. I mean, you're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. You're in the final of the. You're in the final of the League Cup. You're top of the league, and you're playing, and your route to the final of the Champions League is pretty. You know, so.
Listen. We'll get onto that later, but there's certainly nothing quadruple-like about this Arsenal side. Monkey, that's a good point. Real Madrid failing to replace Kroos and Modric has been a real strategical failure from Madrid's perspective. It reminds me of Arsenal selling Patrick Vieira and not replacing him whatsoever. It just sets a downward spiral in terms of club performance.
They also didn't have Meunier in that game. Maybe that's why. But yeah, I mean, a lot to discuss. But Madrid have injuries, man. Bare injuries.
Yeah, of course. And there's a lot to discuss with Man City as well.
Yeah, but I remember Madrid was saying something about, like, you know, one of the old how'd you call it? One of the old staff, not old staff, but one of the old was it doctors and medical staff, or what was it? Nutrition. I don't know what you call it, but they were saying that they won the Champions League by eating sweets and stuff like that. You know, they won like how many Champions Leagues by eating sweets, but now they sacked that person, and now you know I don't know what's going on.
Well, so Real Madrid have underperformed in the Champions League since their win in 2024 because they're not allowed to eat sweets. Was it the sugar rush that helped them with that voodoo in 2022? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe all this micro analysis on statistics, on player performance, and all that. Maybe you just need a bit of a sugar rush. I don't know. But
that's what it is. And then now, the club doctors are coming out. Bro, it's no coincidence that when Man United sacked their club doctor, the one that we hired from Arsenal, there's no coincidence that everyone started coming back from injury. Everybody.
Bro, no, I'm telling you now, that doctor is a bum. Because Ramsdale landed on Saliba's back against Fulham, still deemed Saliba fit to play. Guess what? Next game against Sporting, Saliba's injured. That guy fucked our title charge right up, So we were glad to offload him to you. I can't lie. But...
And then now we sacked the club doctor. And everyone came.
No, it's great. It's job then.
They were all fit for the Europa League final, except a couple of players probably. Except a couple of players. Nutritionist.
That has to be one of the darkest days in Manchester United's history. That does. Has to be.
She wanted to do her job, but the club chef wanted to make whatever they want, and the players were eating pastries. But if pastries help them win the Champions League, I mean, why do you have to take that away from them? It didn't play a factor. I'm sure they were probably able to control their own food. I
feel with Real Madrid, you can't have. I don't know. With Real Madrid, it's like you can't have a Taxico manager. You need a man manager, and the same with the other stuff. You don't necessarily need to be obviously not good at your job, but you don't need to microanalyze everything and almost try too hard. It's almost like you just do what you do your job, and you do it well. Like simplicity, simplicity at the end of the day is simple, and Real Madrid have got that in abundance. And it seems to have taken a toll over the last few years, not being so simple, trying to hire tacticals and all that. It's strange. It's strange what goes on at Real Madrid, but it's worked for the last 130 odd years. So why would they change?
I hear you. But yeah, like I said,
cool.
If you wanted to job, the club chef wanted to make whatever they wanted, players eating pastries and they are winning Champions Leagues. Why care so much about that? At the end of the day, if you're winning Champions Leagues, don't need to care so much about making changes to stuff such and such. But regardless, hopefully they fix that soon. When Xabi carried, he removed Pintus, who was the conditioning coach, and brought in his own staff, and didn't have injuries. Now Pintus has come back, and there's a lot of injuries. This is what I mean. How are football clubs able to hire club doctors that are not fucking qualified?
But how are you able to replace existing staff with new staff just to accommodate a manager?
The club doctor.
I mean, I don't think Xabi Alonso was really going to work at Real Madrid anyway. The players didn't like him for being too tactical, giving them too many instructions.
The thing is, though, club doctors should be kept if they're doing a good job. If they're not doing a good job, don't keep them.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Simple.
The players that work with the former nutritionists recover it better. See? Why do you have to make a change to the culture of winning? Why do you have to make a change to your staff if you're winning? And then when Madrid fans said Ancelotti out, yeah. Now look. What's Xabi Alonso come in and done? I get it. He needed a bit more time, but it's Real Madrid.
You don't get time at Real Madrid.
You don't mess about. You don't mess about at Madrid, you get sacked.
You win or you fuck off. It's simple.
Exactly, bro. Madrid have winning standards.
It's no coincidence that he got fired right after that press conference after the Super Cup final. And he was like, "Oh, this is in our lowest list of priorities. It's not bad losing this final and whatnot." It's no wonder Real Madrid sacked him right afterwards, Do we go to the City side of things?
I mean, bro, it wasn't bad, but he was trying new things and trying things that just weren't working. He was just.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it, and try to fix too many things.
I mean, he came in with the attitude of I'm gonna come in and play the Madrid way, not my own way, and that's the right attitude. But why did he have to change up so much when it was working at the start of the season? They won so many games in a row. Like, why change things if it's not broke? And then that's what happened. He fixed things that weren't broke, and then that's what led to his downfall.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it. If you go around fixing things that aren't broken, they end up broken.
Arbeloa is not gonna be here for long. He's gonna leave it. He's gonna leave in the summer. And Madrid gonna
The thing is with Arbeloa, I think he suits Real Madrid better because he's more of a man manager than he's a tactical. Real Madrid and tacticos don't go hand in hand. Man managers do in abundance.
Yeah. No,
so,
yeah, for sure. Arbeloa doesn't have what Xavi had, while Xavi doesn't have what Arbeloa has. Both of them don't have it. Both of them don't have the quality to manage Madrid. Xabi Alonso is a project manager. Real Madrid don't do projects. Real Madrid are a win-now team. They're a win-now football club. They don't care about managers that do projects. They don't do trust this process. It's a process crap. They'll sack you if results go south in the first season. And rightly so. You've seen it in the past. Madrid sacked Rafa Benitez. They hired Zidane in the same season. What happened? They won the Champions League. Madrid
and 2 more years after that.
They're not scared to make a change when necessary. They're not scared to make a change. They're not scared. They'll sack, bro. If they have to sack Arbeloa tomorrow, they'll do it. They don't give a shit. They don't. It's Real Madrid. If it was at Man United, it was at like a Chelsea or Arsenal or a Premier League Cup, they'll probably give him more time because that's just what it is in English football. They'll give managers more time. Madrid are win now only. Win now this season or you're out. And you think Arbeloa is doing a good job? No. Don't think he's doing an amazing job. They went top and they bottled it. Real Madrid went top and they bottled it to Getafe at home. They lost 1-0 to Getafe at home. I don't care if they were down to 10 men. 10 men Real Madrid can beat anyone. Should be able to beat anyone. Look at the players that they've got. Fuck the Eagles.
I think the Copa del Rey exit was a particular low point.
That's embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
I don't think Xabi Alonso would have lost that. But at the end of the day, Real Madrid needed a change because Xabi Alonso, they were going nowhere fast. Do you keep him for that Copa del Rey game in the hopes that he wins it and then get rid of him? You might as well bite the bullet ASAP. So.
Madrid had a red card, no?
Against who?
Against Getafe. Well, still, it's 10 men.
I'm a printer.
That's still 10 men, and even if you can still scumbag a last-minute equalizer. Scumbag a last-minute equalizer if you have to. And I know this quote can be blown out of proportion, but if you don't win, don't lose.
No, don't start that crap. Don't do that.
I'm just playing.
Obviously, in some context, that's true, but not against fucking Nottingham Forest in 17th,
Oh no. But still, Real Madrid need to win. Like, they need to win now. And if they sack Arbeloa, sack Alonso, sign some new players. They've got to do it now. They've got to act now. This summer, Madrid need to go and buy a back line that's fit and ready every game.
Right. Enough with the Bournemouth centre-backs. Enough with the mid-table Premier League slop. Get proven winners of a decent age that can continue the winning mentality at Real Madrid. Simple as that. Football's a simple game complicated by fools. Johan Cruyff said it best. And that's what Real Madrid need to do. None of these project signings, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to go for
none of these players that can come good in the future. And no players that can accommodate to one specific manager, because Alonso specifically wanted Dean Howson, for example.
Go for like a Yildiz or...
And he looks like a lost puppy out there. So.
I mean, go for one of these type signings, like Yildiz, Musiala, these type of players, that can help Madrid.
Yeah, players that have pedigree, players that have won before and have desire to win it again, and can handle the pressure of playing for the Los Blancos.
100%.
Or do you just say Blancos? I don't know.
No, Los Blancos.
I'm not Spanish.
Los Blancos is correct.
I don't know if you just say Blancos as in white, but obviously I'm not Spanish. So.
Los Blancos is the whites. Yes.
The white.
Okay. It's when there's no Mbappe, everyone goes to Vinny and double triple marking. But Vinny's the
That's the thing about Vinny, though. He can cope.
Yeah, he can. He can get past players.
Same as Yamal. He gets quadrupled up on sometimes. He can still dribble out of it. He still finds players like your Pedris or your De Jongs, for example.
Good players will find their
And
way.
at the end of the day, if you're good enough, you can get past that problem. You know. And Vinny is more than good enough to get past that problem.
Nico Paz is coming back. So yeah, I mean, he's a decent player. So he's definitely a good player, but like I said, Madrid need to go for players that are proven winners. You know, players that have won, players that have been, there, done it, crossed the line. You know,
yeah, I think there's a reason why Real Madrid are looking at Rodri in the summer, because he is the epitome of a big game player, big season player. He's well. I mean, I don't know if he will go to Real Madrid because obviously he played for Atleti, and I believe he grew up an Atletico Madrid fan. But at the end of the day, Real Madrid is really hard to turn down. No one impossible. So we'll see what happens in the summer. But I guess we go on to Man City now because we spent about 35 minutes talking about Madrid.
Yamal's runners is a difference.
Do Real Madrid not have runners? No.
I don't think it's fake news, but I don't think Madrid will go for him. I don't think bro. I don't think it's fake news.
That was a good goal by Tchouaméni against, who was it, Celta Vigo?
He's been playing well.
And against Benfica as well.
Big up Mr. Joshie J. Make sure you guys all subscribe to his channel as well. Subscribe to Mr. Joshie J.
Great name, by the way.
Hope you're doing good, my guy. Hope you're blessed and all that. But yeah, definitely we'll move on to Man City now.
I mean, we discussed it a bit before, but I'm not sure if Haaland is fully fit to take on the game. Obviously, Marmoush scoring 2 goals against Newcastle in the FA Cup. He's found form just in time. You think Haaland's fit?
Haaland will play. I think he'll play.
Yeah, obviously Rodri will play. You'll have Bernardo Silva. I believe Manchester City made 10 changes, and they still swatted aside Newcastle at St James's Park with ease. That's why I think Barcelona will go for eventually, but we'll get onto that. Yeah, I mean, apart from a disappointing Newcastle performance, it was a great City performance, particularly after Savinho's equaliser. I think Mark Guehi, this will be the biggest game of his career so far, apart from the FA Cup final, with Crystal Palace, obviously. I mean, what else do you say about City? They're still a winning machine. Pep Guardiola came out in the press conference and was talking about how Manchester City haven't been good this season, but they will be better next year. Manchester City are still having a good season. Everyone talks about Arsenal's quadruple chances, as much bullshit as it is. Manchester City are every bit as capable, I should say, of winning the quad. And I don't think it's shameful to say that whatsoever, you know. Listen, they've still got the likes of your Haalands, your Cherkis. Foden's in the rough patch. I don't think he'll start. Semenyo's taking like a duck to water at the Citizens, a player that Arsenal should advise. And listen, the likes of Semenyo and Cherki may not have played in these high-profile matches before, but they'll be eager to impress. And I am looking forward to a good game, even if it's not exactly an experience that City players are used to. And big up, Shaq.
I kind of want to counter what Josh said in terms of like high-profile matches. I mean, Cherki, he was part of that Lyon team like 2 or 3 seasons ago. Obviously, when they're in like the Europa League, got knocked out to West Ham in semi-finals or whatever, or like quarterfinals in 2022.
As he speaks, you're wearing a Lyon shirt as you speak.
I know.
I like that.
But in addition, last season, obviously, there was the United Lyon match, and United won through a late winner from Harry Maguire. Woo. Great comeback. That was from United, to be fair, but
resulted in nothing.
Yeah. But we're talking about Man City against Real Madrid, right?
Yes.
We
discussed like half an hour talking about Real Madrid. So if you want to say your point about Madrid,
yeah. I didn't check how Los Blancos did that the weekend in La Liga. I'm not sure.
They beat Celta Vigo.
Vigo.
Oh, maybe Celta Vigo. What was the scoreline?
Last minute
Last
winner,
minute 2-1
2-1 Madrid. Valverde last minute winner.
Oh, wow.
away from home. They played like shit.
Oh. So, I
That's
mean, like, going into this, I think we know which team which team is probably the favorite going into this. Obviously, Man City, because they've just been better than Real Madrid this season. I'll say that. Yes, both teams are second in the league. Whoop-de-doo, but hey, one of them's still in the quest for a treble. The other isn't. So that's all that needs to be said as well. And Man City, okay, yes, they've been a bit crappy in a league. I mean, losing points, dropping points against, say, like teams like Nottingham Forest. It's not ideal in the grand scheme of things, but I'd say the caliber of players and the mentality of the players they have, and also the mentality of the manager of Man City, obviously Pep Guardiola, like him against Arbeloa. Holy crap! This I don't want to say it's going to be like a bloodbath or anything like that, but like 22-23 in the treble winning season. But I think that Man City might have the edge over Los Blancos and whatnot in the tie overall. But we will see. We will see, as Akvin likes to say a lot.
We will see for real because
Yeah, we will. We have eyes. Come on. But yeah, but those are just my sort of like opening thoughts about like going into this tie and whatnot, and who's favourites, who's not. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Draw is definitely a possibility. But do you know what it is for me? I can never count Real Madrid out. We can say this club and that club's a favorite. We're talking about Champions League here. Like, let's be real. Real Madrid are the 15-time Champions League winners for a reason. It's very hard to discount Real Madrid, despite the injuries, despite all this and that. Real Madrid will still go all out, all guns blazing. They're gonna go gun ho for this one for sure. Whether they rush Mbappe back, I don't know. I don't think they'll rush Mbappe back, and I don't think they should, because it could affect him long term. It definitely affect Bellingham as well. Jude Bellingham. I mean, he's out injured as well. So even what's it called? Alvaro Fernandez out injured as well. So it'll be Ferland Mendy at the back with Vinny on the left. And you know what? I've said it before. Ferland Mendy and Vinicius Jr. have actually had a good link up on the left hand side in recent times as well. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But the right hand side is my little worry. Rodrigo's out injured. He's gone for the rest of the year. ACL injury. Seems like he might not even come back until like next year. By the look of things, because rehab time, everything, he might not be rushed back. So by the time he comes back, it's January 2027 probably. And Arda Güler, does he start? I mean, Madrid have some players that they can definitely play. But I don't think so. I don't think he starts. Call me crazy, I don't think he starts. I don't think he starts, man. I think Valverde could start. Yeah, I think Valverde could start there. But Man City, I mean, Haaland's fit. They've got Donnarumma, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Their fullbacks are still a little bit questionable, but their centre backs have looked decent. Their midfield, good sort of. They have a good midfield. Rodri. Who else have they got? Bernardo Silva. They got Ryan Cherokee who can play. So they've got a decent midfield there, already. Semenyo on the right, Doku can sometimes come off the bench or rotate. They've got Haaland up top. Foden who can come off the bench. I mean, like I said, they'll be an interesting game, for sure. Pending the predictions and whatnot. Pending the predictions, I don't know what you guys will think, but unless you have anything more to add on the game, we can go to predictions because we do have the FA Cup draw shortly. So we do want to. We do kind of want to get this out of the way.
Predictions for Real Madrid Man City.
Or do you have any more to say on the game before we go to predictions?
No, I think we've actually covered quite a good basis,
Particularly
particularly on Real Madrid, because I feel Real Madrid's are more of an interesting outfit going into this game. I can't see anything other than a draw here, to be honest. Not quite the 3-3 of 2024, and not quite the 1-1 of 2023. I believe it will be a draw, though. I'll go with a 0-0. I think it will be one of those games that tacticos will love to wank off over, but the average viewer will be a bit more, what a load of shit. This fixture's worn out type of game. So I'll go 0-0. Not very exciting, I know, but I think it's realistic.
Anything to add, Jack?
I'm just gonna say 1-0, to be honest. Similar sort of vein, just gonna be stalemate. Haaland's probably gonna score and Vinicius for Real Madrid. Yeah, just gonna be like that. And then big game will be second leg at the Etihad. Oh wait, is the first leg at the Etihad or
No,
No, it's at the Bernabeu.
okay, fine, okay.
What isn't happening? The 0-0.
No, you're saying. Yeah, he's saying with the 0-0 with the defenses, but they're both like.
Hey, football surprises us in many ways, man. Okay. I'm half expecting Man City to draw Real Madrid in the FA Cup quarterfinals tonight, so
2-2.
we might see them again.
2-2. I see it being a draw, this game. And the Madrid will somehow scumbag a win at the Etihad.
We'll get on to that in the next show.
We'll do second leg predictions next week. It's just first leg predictions. So yeah, that's the Real Madrid Man City game. Next game, what do you want to talk about?
I think it's got to be Chelsea PSG.
Sure, man. Go on.
I mean, where do we start? I believe this is a very interesting one. I think it's an open tie. I think PSG have only won one of their last 5 Champions League games, and that was the 3-2 win against Monaco at home, if I'm not mistaken, in the playoff first leg. So they're not exactly in great form leading into this. Obviously, as is for want with Ligue 1, they had their weekend match postponed to be match sharp for this, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that will necessarily be an advantage. Obviously, it ended up working out last year, but I'm thinking, yes, there'll be less fatigue, but there could also be less match sharpness. So I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea managed to dig something out here. Like I've been telling you guys ever since the draw was made, I think Chelsea have a really good chance of knocking out PSG here. At the end of the day, the seasons in which Chelsea won the Champions League, they were the severe underdogs. Hardly anyone gave them a sniff. And that seems to suit them more often than being considered the favourites in European ties. So I think we could look at a potential... I wouldn't even consider it an upset. I understand the first leg is at the Parc des Princes and it will be difficult, but I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility for Chelsea to get a result here. They've got a shaky goalkeeper, admittedly, in Robert Sanchez. They haven't got the greatest of defences, particularly with the centre-backs. But they can hurt PSG. I have no doubt about that. Like I said, PSG, they haven't looked great this season. I think they're only 4 points clear at the top of Ligue 1, albeit with games in hand as they progress in Europe. But I have a really good feeling about Chelsea. Well, obviously not good because I'm an Arsenal fan and I don't want Chelsea doing well. But I have a really strong feeling that Chelsea will be able to get through over these 2 legs. PSG, I mean, obviously they play beautiful football. They have an absolute demon in chance misses with Barcola on the wing. I don't know too much about the PSG squad. I don't know if Dembele's injured and all that shit. Maybe.
They lost 3-1 to Monaco on the weekend. At home.
They lost 3-1 to Monaco on the weekend. Obviously, they won't be playing their Ligue 1 match.
Sorry?
What?
We're talking about this, Josh. We
What?
talked about this like on a day about like Balogun scoring a brace or whatever it was. So
Oh,
no,
what could you?
they
No,
didn't have
okay.
any.
In between the two games, then PSG won't be playing their Ligue 1 game that was originally scheduled for. Which I don't know will be. I don't know if that will be necessarily an advantage, like I explained earlier. I mean, at the end of the day, what else can you say? PSG, they aren't in the best of form coming into this. Then again, neither are Chelsea, but I believe Chelsea might have the slight edge mentally and physically over the two legs.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything to that?
Go on, Jack.
What to begin with? I mean, obviously, Josh has talked about like how Paris Saint-Germain been on a good run of form and whatnot. Last win that they had in like the past 5 games was in the first leg of the playoff tie against Monaco at Stade Louis II. What else can I sort of say? I mean, sorry, that was a. Sorry, I'm wrong. I'm incorrect. Their last win domestically. Well, their last 2 wins that they've had was a match
John.
before the.
Good comment.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Who knows? Who knows?
But like,
Do you know who would make a difference for PSG? For Chelsea, if they were to beat PSG? Yeah, bring in Axel Tuanzebe at the back and play Wan-Bissaka right back. If you guys know, get the reference.
yeah.
They're both locked up in
Zach, continue, my guy.
Anyway, actually, no. What do you call it? Paris Saint-Germain, they won their previous game before the lost to Monaco 1-0 against Le Havre, and also 1-3-0 against Metz just before the first leg of the Champions League or whatever. Give me a sec. Sorry, my phone's just going off and whatnot. But we know about Chelsea's form. It's been quite shoddy. Yeah, cool. They won the FA Cup match against Wrexham at the weekend. Got through to quarterfinals. Yeah, but hey, game's a game and whatnot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you win and say like opposition teams got gunned down to 10 men. You win the match regardless. And also, yeah, about that problem that Paris Saint-Germain have because of Donnarumma leaving in the summer. They've got Safanov, who's that Russian goalkeeper who they signed from. I can't remember who it was, like CSK in Moscow, like Lokomotiv Moscow, a good few years ago, and they've also got Chevalier, who they signed from Lille in the summer as a replacement for Donnarumma. And I mean, obviously Paris Saint-Germain, they won Champions League last season. Chelsea, they won it 5 years ago. So this is a battle between, obviously, former Champions League reigning Champions League winner and Club World Cup winner. And hopefully it's a good game at the Parc des Princes. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's not a 0-0 boring, just crap tie, and then the second leg's in a similar sort of vein. But we will see. We will see, and hopefully this tie lives up to the way we're sort of hyping it up.
For me, like I look at this in different ways. Chelsea have the experience of beating PSG in the Club World Cup final, as you mentioned as well, Jack. But it's in the Champions League. And who are the current holders of the Champions League? PSG. I wouldn't put it past them to get past Chelsea. Do I think they will? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I think Chelsea will. Only thing is the midfield of PSG. That PSG midfield is one of the best in the world, for a reason. Vitinha, John Neves, and what's the other one again?
Fabian Ruiz.
Fabian Ruiz, thank you. Yeah, so I think this is down to PSG's midfield. Will they turn up against Chelsea? Because Chelsea also have a good midfield. Caicedo, Enzo, good midfield duel. But then again, we're talking about the holders PSG. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia can turn up as well. Desiree Doué, one of the best young wingers in the world. Ousmane Dembele off the back of a Ballon d'Or. Pacho. We're talking top quality defenses from PSG. Top quality defense from PSG. Again, with this defense, it won't be a 0-0. I don't see it being a 0-0.
No, this won't be a 0-0.
No.
It's funny actually. I remember one of my first ever games I watched. I think the first knockout game I ever watched of Champions League football was the second leg between Chelsea and PSG at Stamford Bridge, when David Luiz scored the away goals and knocked Chelsea out. That was an absolutely thrilling game. Believe it or not, you can talk about these two clubs and how they're only relevant because of oil money and all that crap. But at the end of the day, these two have heritage of meeting in Europe. I believe they met for 3 consecutive years between 2014 and 2016. Chelsea knocked them out of the quarterfinals in 2014, and obviously PSG knocked them out of the round of 16 for 2 years running after that. A lot of averages would say Chelsea get one back on them again. And if you want me to give my prediction, Ackerman and Jacques, not yet. Okay, fair enough. But I think Chelsea have a really good chance of going through here.
Well,
like Monkey D. Luffy said, PSG have a goalkeeping problem at the minute, as do Chelsea. But I think Chelsea can exploit that as well. And apologies if you hear a motorbike going past.
No, it's all good. I just think that look, we'll give our second leg predictions next week, but this is just first leg for now.
Yes.
So we'll give our predictions for the Parc de France game. Like, I think Chelsea going away to Parc de France will be tough. I mean, going away to Bayern Munich was tough enough for them, And was it Bayern beat PSG? I don't know. This will be interesting. This will definitely be interesting for sure. Both sides, I think, will want it. PSG, the current holders, will they want it? Will they have the same hunger as they did last year? That's my only question I ask. And they have a manager in Luis Enrique, who is one of the most winningest managers in the world we have today. So, on that note, and Liam Rosinia's Champions League experience might be a bit iffy. I'm gonna go PSG to win this game 3-1.
I can see that, but I think it'll be a narrow defeat for Chelsea. I think it'll be 3-2. I think it'll be something like that. Something thrilling. I think this is all the makings for being the half of round 2.
In my Champions League draw, right? In the Champions League draw reaction I did, I said that this game would be like a 4-2 PSG aggregate score. So I'll go 3-1 PSG and then probably like 1-1 away at Stamford Bridge. That's what I'm gonna go for.
We'll keep the prediction for the second.
Yeah, we'll give a prediction for the second leg if all things go to plan. Jacques, what's your score prediction?
I think it will be like 2-1 Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah.
That's his Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar all scored 10 goals in the UEFA Champions League. Next up, what do we have? Hold on a second. Newcastle, Barcelona. That's why I think we go next. Unless, what's the third biggest game? What do you guys think? Is it Newcastle, Barca for you guys, or Atalanta, Bayern? What is it?
It's got to be Newcastle, Barca. It's got to be. That's got to be at least the third best tie of the round for me. Not that I think this will be particularly close, but I think the first leg, I believe it's at St James's Park, and I believe it will be. A fantastic game. I think Newcastle will be much improved from game week 1. in terms of their performances and whatnot.
Not for me. I think Newcastle.
Will Barcelona find it easy? Not in the first leg, no.
Bro,
Obviously, Atletico Spurs is there as well, but Spurs are 1 point off relegation, so I don't know if it's too big.
Barca. Sorry to cut you off, bro. Newcastle went to Barca. Barca went to Newcastle last time. Barely got a win. Barely narrowly won. Because
I don't know about barely. I think I seem to remember
the Rashford one strike.
I seem to remember Pedri was outstanding that day. Obviously, Marcus Rashford with the brace. Good Supercell music, Jack. Yeah, Barcelona didn't have Yamal at St James's Park. I don't think. I could be wrong. That might not be what Monkey's referring to, so I do apologise if I've got that wrong. But
he's referring to that. Yes, he's referring to that.
Okay, sweet. I don't really know what else to say. Newcastle, that was a demoralising defeat at home to Manchester City in the FA Cup. I believe that was their only realistic chance of silverware left this season. Why you would play the likes of Gordon and start Joe Linton against Manchester United, then rest them for the FA Cup, I don't know. That would be what they did. I mean, what else is there to say? I think Lamine scored the only goal for an away win for Barcelona. I can't remember who the opponent was.
Athletic Club.
Was it Bilbao?
Yeah, Athletic Club, yeah.
Fair enough. That was a very good result. So Barcelona will be high on confidence there. I assume Mikey D. Luffy will know everything about it, but I assume they made a few rotational choices there, ready to get as much of the first team as possible up at St James's Park. This has got all the ingredients to be a good game. We know St James's Park under the lights with the atmosphere. It will be incredible. It will be absolutely incredible. Every single corner Newcastle win, every single throw-in will be met with rapturous applause. And Barcelona have more than enough experience and character to deal with that, but it might give Newcastle an edge in this game. I don't know. Shaq, what are you saying for it?
Wow. We not happened last time. 2-1 win for the Catalonians. And I think it might be similar in this match. Obviously, we know where Barcelona are in the league, I don't know how many points clear, top of La Liga, but I think they're like 4 points clear, something like that. And they're doing well. Newcastle, I wouldn't say they're in dire straits, but in comparison to how they have performed over the past few seasons, not doing too well, and being behind your flipping local rivals in the league is not ideal. Shout out Sunderland. But yeah, obviously they've had a weird week. Obviously losing to Man City in the FA Cup, but they did also lose in the League Cup a matter of weeks ago, losing 3-1 in the FA Cup, and then before that beating Man United 2-1. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say in terms of how to play out. Obviously, Josh has talked about SJP having a scintillating atmosphere, and they're just gonna be right up for it. But I do think Barcelona, obviously, as Josh has said, have that edge in terms of just knockout football in general. Yeah.
Of course, Barcelona have been there and they've done it before. Newcastle haven't. Well, not for many years anyway. Don't pass back says 2 legs is fairer than a 1 leg knockout, of course. If Newcastle can stay close, you never know. Of course, you don't know. That's the beauty of football. I believe Newcastle will stay close in this first leg. I don't think we'll be giving our predictions yet, per Akaban's orders, but I don't know. I think this will be a good game, and I don't think it will be the same result as the result on game week 1.
No, I
don't know about you, Jack, but I don't see it.
Okay.
I'll give my thoughts real quick. I mean, like I said, last time I think Barca going away to Newcastle. During the St James's Park is a ground where it can get rocking on a night like this. So maybe you could play to the occasion. Maybe you could play to the crowd. You just never know. Sometimes in sports, it might not be that you're the favorites, but the fact that you're at home when you have the crowd backing you, you play to the crowd, you might get a result. That's how I see it, at least. You know, I've seen it in many cases as well. In many different cases, many different sports as well. So yeah, no, look, I'm gonna say, I mean, Barcelona should be the favorites going into this game because they are the better team. Newcastle, this is their first Champions League knockout in God knows how long. Because last time they got robbed by the referee in Paris, which they should have gone through, to be fair. But this time round, they're through, and we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens this game because, you know, it's how a game where you just never know what the result could be. It can be a shock result. It can be a result where you like, all right, you expect it. But in saying all that, for me, I just think with the quality Barcelona have and with the quality that, you know, Newcastle have, Barcelona should be able to get over the line because Barca have the better players. I think this comes down to who has the better player at the end of the day. It could like I said, it could also be whoever plays to the crowd, but it could also be who has the better players. Two things can be true. But in saying that, I'm gonna go with the Barcelona 3-1 win. I just think Barcelona have more in the tank than Newcastle, and obviously, Newcastle have Bruno G. Maybe that's why they don't have Bruno Guimaraes this game. That could be a huge factor as to why they don't win this game. But what are the rest of you guys saying?
In terms of predictions,
Yeah, predictions. Or if you have any more to add on the game.
I believe Newcastle will go one better than they did in game week 1. I believe it will be a 2-2 draw. I think it will be quite a thrilling game. Obviously, Barcelona's defence is rather suspect, especially with the high line that they play. And I believe that with runners in behind, Newcastle can exploit that. At the end of the day, I think Eddie Howe hasn't evolved tactically to adapt to the fact that more teams are paying Newcastle respect and therefore sitting back. I think that's a big reason why they've been so underwhelming in the Premier League so far this season. But I think Barcelona's high line, their style of man-to-man press, will suit Newcastle to a T here. But I don't think they'll win. I think Barcelona have too much individual quality to let the game slip like that. I believe it will be a thrilling 2-2 draw. What about you, Jacques?
I'm just going to say 1-1 draw. Straight up.
Bear in mind, lads, there is the FA Cup quarter-final draw in 8 minutes. So stay tuned to see us react to that.
This guy, man. Bro, back your fucking team, man.
What are you on about, mate? Golden hat trick, are you mad? That guy is a bum. Come on.
All right. I'll speak to you after the show if you want. You know what I mean? Speak to you after the show. Anyways. Next,
golden hat trick.
Anyways, next we've got
fucking golden hat trick. Sorry, man. That's fucking funny, man. I love it.
Really?
Yeah, against fucking Azerbaijani farmers, mate. Come on. Let's be real. Anyway, man. What game are we on to next?
I think. Shall we go to your game? I mean, I'm sure you guys have a lot to say.
Leverkusen Arsenal.
FA Cup game as well. Yeah, you might as well speak.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, you scumbags. Yeah. Don't let me come to you guys as to Mansfield Town. Yeah. You saw Calafiori on his bum on the weekend. You saw Trossard getting bullied off the ball by fucking League 2. You know what I mean? And trust me, I know
League 1 actually. The league above the team that knocks out of the Carabao Cup. But, you know.
And trust me, I didn't hide from that. So I don't want you guys to hide from this performance as well. Yeah?
Hide from mate. We got through.
I know.
On a real note.
Terrible. They should have won.
Well, to be fair, we had 2 16-year-olds playing, and we played 3 at the back for the first time since Arteta's first season in charge. But one thing I will say, there were 2 priorities for me going into that game: get through to the next round, and no injuries. We got through to the next rounds, but unfortunately, we did pick up 2 injuries: Trossard and Calafiori. Trossard, I'm hoping, is precautionary. Calafiori, I'm hoping it's precautionary as well, of course, but I don't think it is. I do believe it's a hamstring issue. So I think he's going to be out for the not only for the rest of our games in March, but I think he might be out for Italy's potential qualifiers for the World Cup, which will be a big blow for them. Having said that, listen, sorry?
If they qualify.
Yeah, if they qualify, of course. But yeah, man, it wasn't the best of performances. I was banking on this being the last stress-free game of the season from an Arsenal perspective, but naturally, Arsenal being Arsenal, they did what they usually do. Madueke, fantastic goal. Apart from that, the guy can't shoot to save his life. It seems for every one moment of quality in a game, he has about 5 or 6 stinky decisions that he makes, which just puts us on the back foot, really. Marley Salmon, 16-year-old centre back. Listen, it was a bad pass straight to the Mansfield player, but I think Mosquera should have committed more there. Having said that, they're both young. They're both on the learning curves. At the end of the day, Mosquera is the Spain under-21 captain, so I think he takes more of the responsibility for that goal.
Sorry to cut you off, bro. That kid Salmon played well for you guys.
Yeah, I did like Salmon. He played very well, and I thought he was quite unfortunate to get hooked by Arteta for Timber, which I felt was a really, really poor sub asking for trouble, with Timber's history with his ACL and whatnot. But regardless, it didn't bite us in the end, touch wood. And we ended up getting the winner, Eberechi Eze, with a fantastic goal. His love affair with the FA Cup continues. I just want to say Max Dowman is an incredible talent. Obviously, people are comparing him to Lamine Yamal. Dowman's done nothing yet, but he's genuinely such a fantastic player to watch. And I know that sounds dodgy, but bear with me here. He's got wonderful dribbling technique. He's got wonderful shooting skill.
How have you spent 110 million on Eze and Madueke, yet still Max Dowman was your best player?
Bro, Eze was a good buy. Madueke, in my opinion, the jury's still out, but he's doing all right for us so far, to be fair. But Max Dowman, fantastic. To be fair, I think our two 16-year-olds were the best performers. I thought Jesus was absolutely awful, as was Martinelli, although he got the assist for the first. I don't know why Saka came on, but I can understand it because there was only one goal in it. But at the end of the day, we did get through, and on to Port Vale at home in the quarters, hopefully. Like you said, the draw will be taking place within 3 minutes. And yeah, man, me and Jack were just laughing at it when it was 1-1 because it was so retarded for where we gave it away.
You Port Vale, and yet you still don't win this FA Cup. Oh my days!
Oi, calm on. Yeah, mate, if we get Port Vale at home, I mean, we've already played them away in the Carabao Cup. If we play them at home, I mean, that's just banter. But,
and listen, before you guys can say my team's out, I hold my team to a high standard. I already said the season should have been a write-off the moment we lost the cups.
I mean, are you telling me you wouldn't love that free pass to Wembley, man? Come on. But
trust me, I would love it. And I can go to basketball on this one because I got stick from a lot of people saying, not a lot of stick, but people were saying that, oh, your team got an easy run to the finals. They had injuries, this and that. Bro, my team was good. My team was amazing. you know. And yes, injuries does play a factor. You do want to get an easy run to the final.
Yeah,
trust me, I think getting cakewalks to the final. I think you'd be blessed. Your team.
At the end of the day, carry on.
No.
Carry on. Okay. I'm just gonna say, I think my prediction is we get Leeds away at Elland Road, which won't be easy. It'll be a chance to go to Wembley, so the Elland Road crowd will be fired up for it. But like I say, the draw will take place in 2 minutes. It's streamed live on the TNT Sports YouTube channel, so you two can check that out as well. And we'll react to it live.
We're going to take a quick break from the Champions League talk to watch the FA Cup draw and then come back and talk about it.
Yeah, of course. Jacques, what were your thoughts on Mansfield for the game?
I don't even know. I'm just glad we got the win because we were saying this during the match. Obviously, like Josh was talking about us laughing during the match. I was saying this is like Bradford a few years ago. Sorry, 13 years ago, where we drew 1-1 and lost on penalties to them.
Yeah, big up to you, big up to you, bro. Big up to you. You're doing well.
Big up, legend.
Big
Love
ups
you.
to Gustia.
Yeah, big up to you. Make sure you guys go and show Augustia some love in the chat. You know, member, yeah, one of the OG. Actually, no, he is the OG member of 8 Sports. Big up
My
to you.
goats. But
My goat as well.
That Mansfield match, that Mansfield Arsenal match was just comedic.
You jammy little bastards. Honestly, I'm like you jammy bastards.
No, game's the game, man. Come on.
The fact that you had to bring on Eze, Madueke, Saka,
Madueke was starting.
seal the game against.
Akerman, Arteta said we trained to play in a back three formation for 10 minutes. And you could tell. You could tell we only spent 10 minutes on the formation.
This guy, man. Honestly.
Mate, we were playing Havertz as a fucking defensive midfielder alongside Norgard. It was certainly a weird one. But,
I'm
No.
far better.
FA Cup draw should be on right now. Gossip up. We'll react to it live. And then we'll be back to the Leverkusen Arsenal review. Or preview, I should say.
I'm gonna go to the FA Cup draw, yeah, and I'll tell you if I'm behind or if I'm ahead. Just let me know, yeah. Draw. All right, here we go. Sorry. Wrong one. I'm on the AN Sports channel. I should go to the other one. All right, there you go. All right, there we go. We're live. All right, got it. I am at the part where Joe Cole's talking.
Joe Cole's talking. The FA Cup, the YouTube stream hasn't even started yet. Ah, here it is.
Go to the official FA Cup channel.
I'm on TNT, right?
Go
Come on, Arsenal. Port Vale at home. Come on.
We're all on the same one. If you go to the FA Cup, official channel, we'll win the exact same one.
Well, no, I mean, but the draw will be happening at the same time, regardless of the broadcast. You know?
1 second, yeah.
Yeah, 1 second, mate. We have Darren Fletcher and Ali McCoy drawing at the minute at the London Stadium. Obviously, West Ham and Brentford are playing tonight. Jacques, do you have any predictions on how tonight's FA Cup game is going to go?
2-1 Brentford.
Yeah, I believe so too. I believe West Ham. I think they've made quite a few changes, obviously, because they're battling relegation.
1-0 Brentford. Oh, the draw's happening now.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 Brentford.
All right. The draw is happening now. First team out the pot is going to be.
Hold on a minute. Whoa, I better go on BF.
No. Go to the FA Cup official channel, guys. If you want to watch it there, go to the FA Cup official channel. All right, the ball's out there. All right.
Is Joe Cole not speaking live? Or am I tripping?
Can I suppose at the pot first? Southampton.
Go ahead.
Southampton.
Fuck's sake! What the hell?
I hate you so much.
Wolves. Have you got Wolves?
Fucking hate you, Joe Cole. Oh my god! Have you guys not seen this?
No. What's going on?
Do you know the first fixture of the FA Cup quarterfinals?
No.
Southampton versus Arsenal.
Oh, we're at St Mary's, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Chelsea at Port Vale. You.
Oh no.
Chelsea Port Vale. Fuck off. Come on.
All right. Give me City Liverpool. I want City Liverpool.
Oh,
I want it. I want.
For
City,
fuck's sake. Well, that's Chelsea at Wembley then. Christ above. Fucking wankers. They've caught life. At Stamford Bridge, are you mad?
City are at the pot now. Please give him Liverpool, man. I want to see City Liverpool for once. Please. City Liverpool, please. There we go. City Liverpool. Good stuff. Yes.
Yay.
Good draw.
Yeah, come on.
A big game.
We love that.
Big game. I would have loved to have seen City Arsenal though. You know that.
Nah, fuck off. No,
All right,
St Mary's. Hey, Arsenal aren't very good at St Mary's, so
All right, so
it'll be a tough one.
Home versus Leeds United. Hopefully they knock Leeds out of the FA Cup. Do you know what? It'd be nice to see Brentford, man. I want Brentford to actually win tonight and go through to the semi-finals if they can play Leeds. That'd be nice.
I can't believe Chelsea are at home to Port Vale, bro. That's just
On the 4th or 5th of April. Bro, why don't you play the Premier League a week before? The fact that FA Cup is the first game back after the international break baffles me. Because my team's not in the FA Cup.
Well, Akevin, is Man City Liverpool at the Etihad? Sorry.
Etihad, yes.
Oh, for fuck's that's Man City through then. Oh.
Why not? No, you never know. It's a cup. It's a cup.
Oh no, under honest lot, you do know, bro.
I mean, to be fair with you, bro, I remember back in the day, but Liverpool, Man City at the in the League Cup semi-finals. Liverpool won 1-0 away at Man City.
Steven Gerrard penalty.
Steven Gerrard penalty, yes, 1-0. Liverpool won 1-0. So don't count your chickens just yet. I mean, I don't know. You just never know. It could be a 1-0 Liverpool win. Because we don't know if the Champions League is going to happen. We don't know who's going to be in that.
Everyone is spamming rigs in the TNT Sports live chat.
It is.
As soon as Man City Liverpool come up.
No, because you guys got Southampton away. That's why it's rigged.
No, Southampton, bro. Arsenal's record at St Mary's is spooky. I'm not even taking the piss.
Yeah, but bro,
I think I was discussing it with Jacques last season. Since Southampton got promoted in 2012, we've only won at St Mary's twice, or 3 times in the league. Our record there is disgusting, you know. So,
I mean,
and one of those was in COVID when there were no fans in the stadium. It's a spooky stadium for us, man.
It's Championship Southampton, guys. Come on.
Yeah, of course we should win, but our record at St Mary's is not very good at all. And obviously we'll have a rotated team. I believe that'll be before the quarter-final first leg, should we get there. Touch wood. So.
Maybe, yeah. But anyways, I mean, we can recap the FA Cup, rest of the FA Cup review if you want to. Just a quick talk about the FA Cup games. Congratulations to Port Vale, by the way, beat Sunderland 1-0 at home. Off the back of beating Bristol City 1-0, they go back home to play Southampton 1-0. Sorry, Sunderland 1-0. Bro, they're gonna be crazy. Port Vale in the quarterfinals, big up, man. Big up Port Vale for real. Actually, big up Port Vale. Like, to get all the way to the quarterfinals is insane. Beating Sunderland. And
I think it's their first time since 1953. So fair play to them.
Yeah, man.
Arsenal won the league that year, so keep them built.
Fulham lost 1-0 to Southampton, so which you guys are playing Southampton away at St Mary's. Liverpool won 3-1 away at Liverpool won 1-0 3-1 away at Wolves on a Friday night. You guys beat Mansfield 2-1. Jammy. What's the other games again? Let me just have a quick look at the games. Wrexham lost 4-2 to Chelsea at hometown to 10 men. Newcastle lost to City, and Leeds United. Do you know what, Josh? I was going to say earlier. Had you got Leeds, you'd have been gutted because you'd have wished that was Norwich.
Oh, Norwich were awful. They could barely string 5 passes together. I was actually really disappointed with that. I know Norwich have got injuries, but you can't excuse that level of performance, you know. And it shows how big the gap is between 17th place in the Championship and 15th place in the Premier League, you know. They're very sad. They didn't even have Daniel Farke on the touchline and they still battered us. It was quite sad. I was genuinely looking forward to drawing Norwich at home. So, at Carrow Road, I should say, so I could have gone in the home end, but alas, that wasn't the case.
Anyways, back to the Champions League. Unless you want to recap the FA Cup a bit more. Your game, I guess.
Obviously, VAR is there for a reason, and they got the decisions right in the Wrexham Chelsea game. But still, it was quite sad to see them go down to 10 men and have their 3-3 equaliser ruled out. I think we all would have loved to have seen a penalty shootout and give Wrexham a 50-50 chance of going through, but alas, that isn't the case.
Your game.
Wrexham versus Port Vale would have been a fun quarter-final draw, but oh well.
Your game should have had a penalty.
Yeah.
No, the Marley Salmon one, contact was outside the box. So
I think it was on the line. Meetings
I don't know, man.
Meetings is on the line. But anyways, back to the Leverkusen Arsenal game. Now you've just got Southampton. You're in the quarterfinals of you're in the round 16 of the Champions League against Leverkusen. Not an easy game, but away from home against Leverkusen. Do you fancy your chances? I'll go to Jack.
Yeah. One word. Yeah, I fancy our chances. Obviously, I haven't paid attention to how Leverkusen are doing in the Bundesliga this season, nor in like the DFB Pokal or any other competitions they're in. Apart from the Champions League, obviously they got through to playoff round and whatnot. But I do fancy our chances. Obviously, Leverkusen, they got in the summer, they got rid of some of their like key players. I think Tubbs.
Your guy, Hincapié, is he able to play this game? Or is he not able?
Hincapié, yeah. In the Champions League, I can't remember what the eligibility rules are for like loan players and whatnot. But yeah. I know, Josh. But regardless, like we've seen in the past, like Philip Coutinho, he was on loan from Barca at Bayern and was able to play against his parent club. And I believe, like in domestic competition, there are different rules and whatnot in terms of, like you can play against your parent, you can't play against your parent club. But it was like Champions League and whatnot is bueno. So yeah, obviously we are probably favourites going into this match. I don't want to write Leverkusen off at all because they got some skin in the game already. I mean, they won the Europe. They could have won Europa League back in 2024, but obviously lost 3-0 to Atalanta. Hat-trick from Ademola Lookman, who's currently at Atleti. Joined him in January and whatnot, so he might be a player to look out for in like one of the other ties. And yeah, I think we're favourites going into this. Not big favourites. It's not going to be like we're not overwhelming favourites, is what I'm trying to say. But we're definitely like the team who's most likely to win this tie overall. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Sorry.
Are you muted?
My bad. Josh, Leverkusen.
Well, I think I overheard Jack say that we're favourites, but we're not overwhelming favourites. Contrary to what many people will have you believe, we're definitely not overwhelming favourites. I understand that we are the favourites going into this, but it's not going to be easy. But a lot has been made of our draw, potential routes to the semi-finals, I should say. Talking about how it's easy and whatnot. At the end of the day, this is Arsenal Football Club. This is Arsenal Football Club in Europe. If we do manage to make the semi-finals this year, it will only be the fourth time in our history after 2006, 2009, and last season. So to do it twice in 2 years would be an anomaly for Arsenal Football Club, and it's not a guarantee whatsoever. No matter what you think about our potential opponents, Leverkusen will be tough. Obviously, they're not the team of 23, 24. They've sold a fuck ton of players. Piero Hincapié is able to play as per UEFA's loan rules. There's actually news coming out today from Fabrizio Romano that we are going to make it permanent. There's no doubt about that. and I couldn't be happier. He's been fantastic. You can tell that he is a player that's been in title races before and actually won them before due to his performances. He came on against Mansfield when Trossard came off injured, and he was one of our only players playing with a bit of seriousness, which was relieving to see. It will be a tough game. The last time we played them in the Champions League, if I'm not mistaken, is the 01-02 season where we won the double. We were facing them in the Champions League second group stage. We drew 1-1 away from home. We were 1-0 up. Then Parla got sent off, and they equalised in the 90th minute. And then in the home game, we beat them 4-1 at Highbury, which was a fantastic performance. So we can beat them. Fun fact, actually, Bayer Leverkusen actually got to the Champions League final, losing to Real Madrid's, losing to Zinedine Zidane's wonderful volley. They also lost the DFB Pokal final and bottled the Bundesliga in the last 3 games. Hopefully, that's not what we do this year. But anyway, listen, I have faith in us to pull through, but I don't think it'll be easy at all, particularly this first leg away from home. I'm actually leaning towards a draw here. Obviously, I won't give my predictions yet, but we rested plenty of players in the Mansfield game, and rightfully so. So we should be fresh and ready. But there could be a potential lack of match sharpness there, considering we haven't played since last Wednesday away at Brighton. So, we just need to be on it from minute 1. And hopefully we can take advantage and take a healthy lead into the second leg, so we can rotate 1 or 2 players, or perhaps 3 and 4, ready for the Carabao Cup final that will be played the weekend after the second leg. So it will be a tough game, but hopefully we can pull through, and we can. We have the capability to.
Yeah. Also, one thing I might add about the players who are injured for both teams. Patrick Schick is doubtful. I'm using SofaSport just as the source here, just so anyone's wondering. Patrick Schick's doubtful, so for Leverkusen. Same with Arthur, Loic Bade, Elias Ben Seguir, Mark Flecken, Nathan Teller, Grimaldo's potentially doubtful, and Lucas Vasquez. And for Arsenal, Marino's out, Erdegaard's out, and there's doubts for whether Cagliari, Trossard, and Ben White will play. But yeah, sorry, what are you saying, Akerman?
Advantage Arsenal, Odegaard's out.
Hmm.
Am I lying?
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, you guys don't really need him, to be fair. I mean, you're much better off without him. At the end of the day, I'll just say this. Arsenal should be winning this game. Really and truly, there's no excuse whatsoever. If you spent $1 billion and you win the quadruple, that's the best £1 billion spent. Regardless of the team, regardless of the players you sign, regardless of who, like I said, of who the manager is, probably the best $1 billion well spent. You winning the quadruple, no one's done that. No one's done that in the Premier League ever. So like I said, if you beat Leverkusen, and I hope you don't, I think
Naturally.
I think you should be able to go to the semifinals without any issues. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got Bodo Glimt or Sporting Lisbon next. You should be able to get through regardless of who you face. Leverkusen, I'm expecting you guys to win this game. There's no excuse from you guys. Saka's performances in recent times have been a little bit better. Not been amazing, but they've been a little bit better than the usual times. So I'm expecting you guys to win. I don't really have much to say. I mean, you just gotta go there and win, or either just don't lose and go back home and destroy them, pretty much. But the ideal scenario for you guys would be win this first leg and just rest everyone in the second leg because you got other games coming up. So you might as well just, sit everyone out. That's what I think, at least. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal.
Fair enough. I'll go with a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be quite a shock to a lot of Arsenal fans that we don't win this game, but I think it'll be tough. I think it'll be a battle out there. I think we'll get the job done at the Emirates, but it won't be easy. I don't think it will be easy. So I'll go with 1-1.
I am going to go with a 1-0 Arsenal win. That's what I'm thinking going into this. Probably just nick a goal from like a corner or something like that, which we haven't done much since the start of the year, might I add. So we'll see. We will see.
Next game. Shall we go to the next game, or you want to add anything before we go?
No, just get.
Next game we've got. I think we'll go to. We might as well go to the next English club. Again, them Scout Scum. Going away to Turkey. You know, for a
what?
Scout Scum.
Scouse is what?
Scouse Scum.
Oh man.
Yeah, Liverpool. If you want clarity. Scouse Scum bastard.
Scouts come. What are you talking about?
There you go. There you go. There you go. Here you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Liverpool. Anyways, Galatasaray, Liverpool. Look, we can pretty much say that the last time they played, Liverpool lost 1-0 at Galatasaray. Will it be a repeat? I don't think so. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be a repeat. I think Liverpool will probably win this game. I just think they might, like, it's Champions League knockout experience. I think Liverpool have it more. They've got more in the tank than Galatasaray. Will I be surprised if Osimhen turns up and Liverpool lose? No. By the end of the day, Champions League heritage prevails. I'm going to go Liverpool. I don't really have much to say in this game. I'm just going to go Liverpool win 3-1. What do you guys think?
Well, Galatasaray beat Liverpool in the league phase, but obviously this is a different context. I'm inclined to go with your prediction, Ackerman. Obviously, Osimhen will be a right handful. They've got other players that used to play closer to mainland Europe that will cause threat. I'm hoping Torreira has another good game against Liverpool like he did in match week 2, but I can't see anything other than a Liverpool win here. I think they'll win both games, and I think they're definitely going to face either PSG or Chelsea in the quarterfinals.
Jack?
I'll go 3-1, same as Akron.
I'm just gonna say 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
I don't know much to say about it, but yeah.
Do you have any much to say in the game? No, right?
No, I don't have much to say on the game.
We've covered quite a few of the games already. Only ones we have not covered are Atletico Madrid Spurs, Atalanta Bayern, and Bordeaux Glimt Sporting Lisbon. That's it. Which one do you want to go first? Atletico Madrid Spurs?
I suppose so, yeah.
Go on, guys.
I feel like I saw this tweet earlier saying how the fate of La Liga's reputation depends on this game. Because if Atletico Madrid conspire to get knocked out by Tottenham Hotspur, I don't think the La Liga will recover at all. Having said that, I believe the first leg is, I believe it's away at the Wanda Metropolitano. Okay. Forget the Wanda bit. Yeah, it is. So, honestly, I can't see anything other than a Atletico Madrid win here. Simeone came out in his press conference and said that Spurs are the favourites because they finished 4th in the league phase, whereas Atletico Madrid went through the playoffs.
Can the Wanda produce the magic?
Of course they can.
Okay.
Having said that, I don't think Spurs will be as bad as they have been in the Premier League because I think their players will be more up for it, which is a disgusting mentality to have when you're 1 point off the drop. But I do think Spurs will do quite well here. At the end of the day, this is the same side that were 2-0 up against PSG in the Super Cup, and I believe they led at the Parc des Princes as well briefly during the league phase. So I think
They do.
Spurs are capable of causing problems, but I can't see Atletico Madrid getting knocked out here over 2 legs. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 Atletico. I think it'll be a tight game. I think Spurs will make a good account of themselves, but ultimately Atletico Madrid will have too much for them. I think Alvarez will back as well. What about you, Jack?
I slightly disagree with what you're saying. I think Atleti have the edge over Spurs in this. I just think it'll be like good sort of 2-0 win for Atleti. Yeah. I haven't paid much attention to how they're doing domestically and whatnot. I think they're like third in La Liga, something like that, where they usually are. So, yeah, 2-0 Atleti.
I'm going to go 3-1 Atletico Madrid. I think Spurs will make it difficult for like the first half an hour of the game, and then Atletico Madrid will just grow into the game and just get comfortable. I think they'll win the game 3-1. I think Atletico Madrid will play the game into Spurs' hand. I think Spurs will just play some decent football until half an hour, and then Atletico Madrid score the first goal, and then second half Spurs equalise. Atletico Madrid score the next 2 goals and wrap the game up and wrap the tie up. Spoiler alert: Atletico Madrid to go through. But we'll give our second leg predictions in the next show. I think Atletico Madrid will win the game. Griezmann will score, and we'll see the rest. But yeah, man. Spurs. I mean, close to the drop zone. They are 1 point off the drop zone, pending West Ham and Forest's results this weekend. Excuse me. And yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll definitely see what happens. Are Spurs gonna be in the relegation zone until the next second leg? Come the second leg of this game, will Spurs be in the relegation zone? We shall find out.
I think that's something we'll discuss when it comes round to it, isn't it? Imagine if Atletico Madrid do go out to a team in the Premier League relegation zone. I don't think the La Liga reputation could recover from that.
Nah, I just think Atletico Madrid's heritage in the Champions League is not all that. You know what I mean? I just think Real Madrid and Barcelona should be able to handle Spurs easily. But having said that, I'm going to go Atletico Madrid game comfortably. Put that in the second half. Next up, Atalanta Bayern Munich. I don't really have much to say on this game. I think it's a straightforward Bayern Munich win, to be honest with you guys. I think Bayern should just comfortably roll over Atalanta. And Bayern are one of my favorites to win the Champions League this year as well. Bayern are one of my favorites to win the Champions League this year. They should be able to win it. I mean, they've got the players. They've definitely got the squad. They've got the quality. They've got the fitness to do it. So I think they should be able to do it. I'm gonna go Bayern Munich to win this game though, 3-1. So yeah, what do you guys say? You want to preview this game?
I don't think so. I think Atalanta in Bergamo is quite a tough game, and I think some people will be quite shocked. I think I'm going to go for a short 2-1 Atalanta win. Does that mean I think they go through over the 2 legs? No, but I think Atalanta will make a good account of themselves.
4-2 or 3-1 up in 2015, and Bayern slapped them at the Allianz. So.
Exactly. I think it'll be something similar, but I think they'll make a good account of themselves at Bernabeu. In Bergamo, I should say. Bloody hell. What are you saying, Jack?
Give me a sec. I mean,
hit the like button.
We've already seen Atalanta get a scalp over Dortmund late on in the second leg of the playoffs, with a brilliant penalty from. Was it Scamacca? I think it was. I will double check. But yeah, sorry, my brain's just fogged up. Give me a sec. Oh no, it was Lazar Samardzic with the winning penalty. My bad. Or a penalty that got them through on aggregate, should I say, over Dortmund. obviously this is being played at. Give me a sec. I don't even know what the name of that stadium is.
Just call
Obviously it's being played in Lombardy at the New Balance Arena, is what it's called, but that's for sponsorship reasons. It's being played at the Stadio di Bergamo.
Just call it Bergamo.
Yeah.
Simple.
Hopefully it's going to be a good match. We've seen Atalanta over the years, like doing pretty well in the Champions League. I mean, what was it back in COVID? They beat Valencia 7-5 on aggregate or some crap like that, with like Ilicic and Zapata and Papu Gomez. Hopefully it's going to be a good match, good tie, and I echo what Justo was saying in terms of like Atalanta will do well in the first leg, start well, but I don't know about the second leg. In fairness, I'd probably say 2-1 Atalanta as well. I wouldn't call it a shock win, but make a good name for themselves and just have something to hold on to going into second leg. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, you guys are going for a shock. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, you guys. I mean, there's always going to be a shock result, right, in the Champions League potentially. So, I mean, this is one. I don't blame you. Last but not least, Bodo Glimt Sporting Lisbon. It's in Bodo first, isn't it, or is it in Sporting first? Hold on, let me check.
I don't know.
No, it's in Bodo. I'm gonna go 3-1 Bodo Glimt. I love my 3-1 predictions in it, but I'm gonna go 3-1 Bodo Glimt. Just what I see happening.
I'll go 3-1 Boza. I think it'll be a shock. Well, is it really a shock? They've won their last 4 games. They beat Man City, Atletico Madrid, and Inter twice. I don't think that's a shock at all.
Sorry, I cut you off. The favourites to go through, actually, I think. This game, I think. So, it doesn't really surprise me.
I think Jokeris's replacement at Sporting has put up good numbers this season, so he could be a difference making this tie. But I'm going to go 3-1 Boza. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Bodo. But Jokeris's replacement, I believe, is Luis Suarez, who is coming, and I believe he was. Sorry,
it's Trincao, I think.
No, in terms of their striker.
In terms of goal scoring, Trincao is the goal like the
main. No. But Trincao had already been at the club for like a good 2 years or so.
No, I know the goals he's racking up is replacing Jokeris's goals, but as a player, yes, Luis Suarez is the replacement.
Yeah, who signed for Watford a good decade ago, if I recall, and then was sent on loan to like Granada, whoever it was in La Liga. But yeah, fun fact for you out there. Fun fact for you nerds.
Go on. Oh no, sorry, you already said my bad. Sorry. But yeah, I think that concludes the first leg of the Champions League, round of 16. I guess we'll quickly do FA Cup predictions and we'll revise them later on down the line again. Just quickly, just don't give score predictions. Just go with team. So, City, Liverpool.
City.
Liverpool.
Do you think Liverpool winning at the Etihad?
I've seen it before. Even when in the Champions League, Liverpool slapped Man City.
I understand Liverpool won there last year, but that was a truly horrific season for Man City, although they still finished first. Yeah.
Liverpool know how to win if it's a competition away from the Premier League. For example, back in 2011-2012, League Cup semi-final, Liverpool won their 1-0. They finished 8th that season. They finished dead mid-table. They were awful. So
I think dead mid-table is 10th, to be fair.
I mean, Liverpool made the FA Cup final that year as well, to be fair. So. But anyways, Liverpool, City, I'm going to go Liverpool. Jack?
Shouldn't we discuss that later?
No,
No, just guess the team, not the score.
No score lines. Just guess the team. Say Liverpool.
I've got Liverpool on like pens.
Chelsea.
So.
Chelsea or Port Vale. Chelsea. Easy.
Oh yeah, Port Vale, obviously, mate.
Best team in the Midlands. West Midlands.
Obviously Chelsea. Yeah. Chelsea free route to Wembley. To be fair, Chelsea have had a fairly tough. Well, not tough. You expect them to beat those teams, but they've been away from home in their previous 3 rounds, so they would do a home draw. But against Port Vale, that's a free route to Wembley. I can't lie.
Jack.
Port Vale. Come on.
Actually, Port Vale. Okay, fine.
Are we being serious, boys?
Alright.
Port Vale at Wembley. Yeah.
Fine.
We saw Bradford at Wembley. Shut up, Josh.
West Ham.
Shut up, Jack. If you think Port Vale are winning, then take your meds.
West Ham or Brentford versus Leeds. West Ham or Brentford versus Leeds. If West Ham go through, I'm saying Leeds. If Brentford go through, I'm saying Brentford.
Yeah, I'll go by that notion as well.
Jack?
Yeah, same thing.
Southampton, Arsenal.
I can't lie, yeah. I think this depends on how the Carabao Cup final goes. It depends on how we respond. Do we build for momentum from a trophy win, or do we feel sorry for ourselves and cower in?
It's next weekend, right? The cup final.
No.
Weekend after.
Yeah, I think it's in what?
22nd of
13 days. I think it's in 13 days.
So next weekend, not this weekend. Next weekend.
Yeah, weekend after next.
Okay. All right.
I believe this depends on the Carabao Cup final. If we win the Carabao Cup final, I think we win this game. If we lose the Carabao Cup final, I think we're losing.
You should be able to.
Bro, Ackerman, since Southampton got promoted to the Premier League in 2012-13, we've only won there 4 times. The last time we faced them in the FA Cup, we got knocked out, a Gabriel own goal. Albeit, the previous other time we faced them in the FA Cup, we beat them 5-0 en route to winning it in 2017. Obviously, we won it against them in 2003, but omens on Southampton's side here. Do you know why? This is the 50-year anniversary of them winning the FA Cup, 1976. They beat Manchester United 1-0 in the final. Newly promoted Manchester United, but in the league above, obviously. They beat Southampton beat them 1-0 in the final. So I think the omens on Southampton's side here. I reckon they're going to Wembley again, or they could do, obviously. But yeah, I don't think it's me being negative, really. I think there's a good chance that Southampton go through.
Give me
I'm not trying to be fucking Mr. Pessimistic, you know.
Give me Southampton.
I'm telling you now, Southampton have a really good chance of beating us. So.
Am I missing any of the fixtures?
No, that's it for the quarterfinals. There's only 8 teams. Isn't there?
I'm missing one more.
No, you're not.
Say Liverpool, Chelsea, Port Vale, West Ham or Brentford versus Leeds and Arsenal, Southampton. Yeah, that's 4 games. All right, cool, done.
Yeah.
All right.
Quarterfinals, 8 teams. Yeah.
That commences the show, I guess. Unless you have any more to add before we go. Do you have anything coming up? Anything? Jack.
You have nothing to say, Jack? I have nothing to say. I'm just saying Arsenal beat Leverkusen on Wednesday by a healthy margin. Beat Everton at the weekend. Rotate and still go through against Leverkusen in the second leg and then win the Carabao Cup final. Take a good rest over the international break. Don't play for your teams if they're not fighting for anything important. For example, our English players, don't bother. Don't bother. We're playing friendlies against Japan and Uruguay, I think. Don't bother, lads.
Come on, Japan.
Come back fit and firing for Southampton in the FA Cup. And hopefully, Bodo Glimt or Sporting in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Do that, lads. You can do it. We've got a historic season lined up here. Let's not fuck it up like we have done.
Jack,
let's go for it. Come on.
You want anything before we go, Jack?
No.
No? All right. Alright, cool. People, that's the show. We're going to wrap it up here. Make sure you guys, first and foremost, on your way out, hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And also turn your notification bell so you don't miss a live, you don't miss an upload, you don't miss a video, you don't miss anything from the channel. We'll be back live for the Premier League show on Friday with the lads at around 5 p.m. UK time. And tomorrow I'm back live for the NBA show at around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the East Coast. If you guys know where you're watching from, East Coast, around 3 a.m. UK time. Sorry, people. If you're watching from the UK, apologies. 3 a.m. UK time. And 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not 10. Sorry, the clock went back an hour already. The clock's gone back an hour because of American Eastern Coast time. I don't know. They changed the time already. So sorry. In the UK, not yet. You man better change your clocks fast, yeah, because I'm fucking tired of the 7-hour crap. You know what I mean? What's the 6 hours?
Yeah, top shit, man.
But the time zones are crazy over here, man. You have to fucking wait for, like 2 a.m., and all that crap. It's all good.
I know you put yourself through hell for this channel, man. And one day it will be worth it,
Listen, we will see all in God's plan. Anyways,
Let's
guys,
it all work out, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But anyways, see you guys for the next show, 10 a.m. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys then. NBA show. Like, share, subscribe. Have a good night. Ala Madrid.
We got
talking your shit. Talk.